Welcome back to my video, man. Today I'm gonna talk to my 12-year-old self, like I'm gonna run back the time, and I'm gonna talk to the me that was 12, okay? Now I'm gonna talk to the 12-year-old me, So and I'm just gonna have a conversation with him, and I'm gonna, just keep it real. So the 12-year-old me, like Lil Desire, like that's my name. So it's like it's like I want to give him a advice, maybe not advice, but I just want to have a conversation with him, First thing you gotta understand is, in this life, most of the time you get in what you put into something, If you put in negativity, you get in negativity, If you put in positivity, you get in positivity, And another thing you gotta understand is like peer pressure. Like peer pressure is a motherfucker, So like first thing you gotta know is don't never feel like you are obligated to do things because of your peers, Don't never feel like you are obligated to, go places, disrespect people, rob people, do this and that, because your peers are doing it, Don't ever feel like you gotta use drugs or nothing like that because your peers are doing it, Don't, And another thing is, don't never feel like you special, A lot of time we want to feel like we're special, A lot of time we want to feel like, we're the only one, we're the chosen one, Nah, like we're not special at all. Nobody is special, period, and if you know that you're going to actually work hard in life, because you're not going to sit there expecting things to happen to you or for you because you feel like you feel like you're special, or you feel like God, chose you only, everybody else wasn't chosen, this and that. Come on, man. That mindset gonna leave you fucked up, leave you not even having shit, And, another thing is, don't never feel like people can read your mind, because people don't read people's mind. And don't never sit there trying to read somebody's mind because you can't, you can't know what's going on in somebody's heart. You don't know what's going on in somebody's mind, So, like, and people don't know what's going on in your mind and heart. So if you're going through whatever, if you got something to say, express it, let it out, and don't hold that shit back in. Don't hold that shit in you, thinking that's gonna somehow make you appear that you stronger and you're not weak and this and that. No, trust me, it is not weak to express how you feel, It ain't, So another thing is, like, life has up and downs, So there's times you're gonna be way high up here, and there's times you're gonna fall and come down here, So when you're down here, it's not time for you to give up because you're down here. It's always gonna be another high, So don't never feel like my life is over with because of one low that you're going through, whatever. No, don't ever feel like that, I remember when I was young, I used to kind of feel like that. I felt so like depressed, about certain shit, and yeah. And another thing I want to tell my younger self is, it's not your fault that they didn't love you right. It's not your fault that your parents, ain't love you right. It's not your fault that maybe your friends ain't being as real as they could with you. It's not your fault that the world is fucked up. Like I used to want to blame myself, and I used to feel like, it's my job to fix all the problems of this world, But it was really not. It's not your job to fix the problems of this world. No, you don't need to blame yourself for like the problem that's in your community, the problem that's around you, and all that shit. You don't need to sit there and hollow in sorrow trying to blame yourself, So yeah, so like don't feel too down about simple shit, understand the flow of life, up and down, and I already tell you about peer pressure. I already tell you about I already tell you about peer pressure. I already tell you about going 100%, you know, and doing it, you know, doing like when I say 100%, like when you do something, first of all, make sure you finish it. Second of all, make sure you put in your all, you know, because a lot of times you can have a real great thing, but if you don't put in your all, whatever, it won't come out as great because you didn't put in your all. So like, try to always put in your all. Use your intellect, use your mind, you know, put in your all, you know, and yeah, it's okay if motherfuckers didn't love you right, you know, it's okay. Don't feel like, you know, don't feel like you not worthy, you know, don't feel like you was not enough, you know, because I walked around a lot of times feeling like I wasn't enough of people's love, whatever, you know. I walked around feeling like that, you know, and I realized that's not even right, you know. Like, you're not supposed to feel like that all the time, you know. If a person want to love you, they're gonna love you, you know. If they don't want to love you, and that's okay, you know. Like, and even your parents, if they was there for you, you know, that's cool. If they wasn't there for you, that's okay. You don't have to act like it's your fault that they wasn't there for you, you know. Like, no, like, you know, a lot of times you can even blame yourself, you know, over things that it's not even your fault, you know. So yeah, so that one thing I gotta tell my younger self: stop blaming yourself, man. Stop blaming yourself. Know that you are good enough, you know. Doing that, you know. And another thing I want to tell my younger self is, like, stay in your lane, you know. The better you stay in your lane, the better you gonna, you know, like, you gonna feel in this life, you know. Because, like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, if LeBron James, like, played the instrument, whatever, I don't know, he might know how to play an instrument, but if LeBron James, let's say, did rap or whatever, he probably would have never been the best rapper that he is right now. But because he stick to the basketball that what he good at, that's why we know him as LeBron James, you know, the top scorer in the NBA, you know, the all-time top scorer in the NBA, you know. And that's because he stuck to his lane, you know. Like, I at an early age, I never used to just want to stay in my lane. I wanted to go a different lane, switch lane, this and that, because these people are doing this, I wanted to do this. These people are doing this, I wanted to do this. No, that's not going to help you, nothing. You know, that's not going to... I'm not saying you shouldn't do other stuff in life. Yes, you should have multiple hobbies and do other stuff. But at the same time, you should focus on what you're good at. You know, you should focus on what you feel like you can excel at, you know, what's your passion, you know. That's what you focus on. You should focus on, you know, because that might be your purpose in this life. You never know, you know. So yeah, another thing is, like, forgive, you know, forgive people, man. Forgive, like, I always say, forgive all the time, you know. Forgive your parents, forgive your friends, you know. Yeah, another thing is, you know, hey, this is another advice. If you gotta fight somebody in the streets, whatever, if they're messing with you and you gotta fight them, make sure you hook them to where they never ever think about fighting you again, you know. And that's crazy, but, like, that's just how I feel, you know. And don't fight somebody and not finish fighting them all the way and just let them, you know, like, hit them like 2 times. No, if they try you, nigga, hit them for real, you know. And another thing is, take care of yourself, man. Nobody love you like you love you, you know. Nobody care for you like you care for you, you know. So take care of yourself. Make sure you regulate your emotions and your mind, and you don't let shit just cloud your mind, and shit just, you know, make you depressed and make you feel down, you know. So man, peace, love, positivity, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Desire Gang, man. You know what's up, man.